how far they are sustainable for the future, the Gulf cities. The unprecedented growth of cities in the Gulf states bring enormous pressure on urban development and also poses challenges for public policy in addition to building resilience and sustainability of urban life in the Gulf cities. Resilience of cities, they need traction in the urbanization process as a critical element and as an essential element to human well-being. Sustainable cities and quality of urban life, they are critical components of urban development and planning challenges. The important challenges here are managing future growth, expansion, monitoring the highest standards, and above all, promoting well-being and quality of urban life. So what is the future of sustainable cities in the Arab region? Is there an uncertain future, or there is a certain the future is, we can secure the future of sustainable cities in the urban region? So what is the scenario? The future of quality of urban life and human well-being, they rest on sustainable cities in the Gulf region. The critical concern is many megacities in the Gulf are located close to the coastal or ecologically protected areas. So also many other cities, cities like Bombay, cities or Kolkata, Chennai, etc., all are coastal cities, or in other countries, coastal cities. I think recently you all know the news about California, right? All beautiful areas, houses just washed away, just came crashing during the recent rains and natural calamities. Also, today's cities account for between 71 and 76% of CO2 emissions and between 67 and 76% of global energy use. Decarbonizing the energy sector, sustainable energy transition, climate protection policy, action are all critical for sustainable cities for the future. But without sustainable cities, the prospects for human well-being, gender equality, good health outcomes, and social cohesion remain uncertain. So how we can promote quality of life and human well-being in that kind of backdrop and background scenario? It's almost an urban world in the Gulf countries, as I said earlier. With around $2 trillion economy, therefore policies and spatial distribution of the population and the urbanization need to contribute to a better and more sustainable future in the Gulf or Arab region. The UN Habitat New Urban Agenda provides a potential benchmark for urban policy agenda. So we are, in a way, the quest for better lives. How do we seek better lives in the Arab world? Some of the policy strategies for the GSPR 2023. So we are looking at, first, robust evidence-based measurement. We are looking at robust evidence-based measurement and monitoring of the progress in quality of urban life and human well-being. Identify a range of indicators that paint a more accurate picture of whether people's lives are getting better or worse. Reflect on how better measures of well-being and progress should inform public policy. Also understand what I end by proposing one framework for measuring well-being and progress, the How is Life framework that is developed and proposed and used by the OECD countries in measuring well-being and quality of life. This is, I guess, this is an all-encompassing, comprehensive framework for measuring well-being and assessing progress in well-being. So it has components of quality of life to measure individual well-being, health status, work and life balances, education and skills, social connections, civic engagement and governance, environmental quality, personal security, and subjective well-being. The other conventional dimension is income, wealth, jobs, earnings, and housings. The third major dimension of this framework is sustainability of well-being over time. That requires preserving different types of capital, namely natural capital, economic capital, human capital, and social capital. Now, based on this framework, the OECD research team also developed an index called a Better Life Index model, which they use. It's a multi-dimensional, six-dimensional index constructed over several items based on that previous framework. They try to measure the better life in terms of composite index. But you see, I think there are countries which are at the top end of this index, which are countries like Australia, Canada, Sweden, etc. And the bottom line, you have countries like Turkey, Mexico, etc. So this kind of model that can be used, both this framework and the index model can be an idea that can be used to kind of give a similar kind of assessment globally as well as for the Arab region. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Aroki Sami. شكرا جزيلا على استماعكم. والآن ستكون متحدثة جواهر السليطي، هي مهندسة في قسم إعادة تدوير ومعالجة النفايات في وزارة البلدية، وهي أيضا عضو بالفريق الفني لدراسة تطبيقات تخصيص الأراضي لمصانع إعادة تدوير في قطر. فلتتفضل مشكورة.
السلام عليكم. اليوم بتكلم عن خطة أو دور إدارة تدوير ومعالجة النفايات في الحدث الكبير، الحدث الرياضي